Right now, in homes, pocket change, and old jars across America, there are Kennedy half-dollar coins worth far more than anyone realizes. And in the next few minutes, you're going to learn why some of these coins most people overlook, have sold for jaw-dropping prices in today's U.S. coin market. So don't blink, don't skip, and don't click away, because the Kennedy half-dollar you're about to learn about could be sitting in your own collection. Stay with me until the very end, because that's where I reveal the rare dates, shocking mint errors, hidden varieties, and the unbelievable highest prices these coins have reached at auction. And before we dive in, hit subscribe to my channel Coins Most Valuable so you never miss a rare coin alert and never miss a chance to turn everyday pocket change into real value. Let's get started. This Kennedy half-dollar guide begins right now. Coin number 1, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, is one of those coins that collectors ignore for years until suddenly someone discovers a rare variety or an unexpected high-grade example that explodes in value at auction. And this 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is exactly that type of coin, because even though millions were made, not many survived in the kind of condition that collectors are fighting over today. So, if you have a 1971 no mint mark Kennedy half-dollar, keep watching, because this coin is far more valuable than most Americans realize. In fact, the highest price ever recorded for a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark reached an incredible $13,800 at auction, proving that even a coin people think is common can turn into a serious payday when the right features line up. The 1971 Kennedy half-dollar is a coin that marks a very special moment in American coinage. It was the first full year that the Kennedy half-dollar switched from silver to a copper-nickel-clad composition. Many people kept the 1964 silver half-dollars, but they spent the 1971 coins freely. That's exactly why high-grade pieces are extremely rare today. The 1971 no mint mark Kennedy half-dollar may look ordinary, but the story inside this coin is anything but ordinary, and collectors are paying attention like never before. With rising interest in early clad half-dollars, the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar from Philadelphia Mint has turned into a key date when you consider the difficulty of locating flawless examples. As more collectors look back at their pocket change collections, coin jars, old drawers, and inherited boxes, the number of people searching for the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar keeps increasing every year, and the value keeps climbing, especially for coins with strong strikes, clean surfaces, and bright original luster. This is where the treasure hunt truly begins. The reason this coin became so valuable is because finding a perfect example is nearly impossible. The minting technology of the early 1970s wasn't as advanced as today, so most 1971 half-dollars came out with weaker strikes, bag marks from heavy handling, and contact marks from being transported in huge canvas bags. Millions of examples entered circulation immediately and were used for years. This widespread circulation erased most of the fine details on President Kennedy's portrait. That's exactly why collectors are fighting hard over the few surviving high-grade pieces. Think about how many 1971 coins were spent in casinos, grocery stores, and daily transactions across the country. Very few people thought these early-clad half-dollars would ever be worth anything, but that's what creates rarity today. A coin becomes valuable not just because of how many were made, but because of how many survived in pristine condition. When you look at the 1971 no mint mark Kennedy half-dollar, you're looking at a coin that was never expected to become collectible. That's why high-quality examples shock everyone at auction. And that is why the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark has already reached an astonishing $13,800, which stands as the highest recorded price and continues to inspire collectors to check their old change. Collectors are always hunting for signs that a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar might be one of the scarce high-grade survivors. The first thing they look for is the sharpness in Kennedy's hair. The details in the hair above the ear and across the front of the head can make a huge difference in value because most examples simply don't show those lines clearly. Another area collectors study closely is the cheek. The cheek on Kennedy's portrait is large and smooth, meaning it easily picks up scratches, nicks, and dents. Coins with clean cheeks are extremely rare for this year. That's why, when a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar shows a clean field, a strong strike, and minimal contact marks, it immediately catches attention in the collecting world. As more collectors begin studying these coins, new discoveries keep appearing. Some people have found lightly struck coins, coins with minor planchet issues, and even coins with subtle variations in the lettering. These details may not be huge errors, but in the world of coin collecting, even small differences make a coin more desirable. And since the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar was produced during a major shift in U.S. coin metal composition, many coins were struck under conditions that weren't fully optimized. This led to uneven surfaces, weak details, and inconsistent luster. All of this contributes to the scarcity of strong, attractive coins today. Another reason collectors love this coin is its place in American history. The Kennedy half-dollar series is one of the most emotionally powerful U.S. coin series ever created. It honors President John F. Kennedy, and Americans have kept these coins for decades because of the meaning behind them. Even common dates are saved, and when a coin has emotional importance, the demand from collectors increases naturally. That emotional connection is a huge reason why the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar, even without silver, remains valuable today. People don't just see a coin, they see history, tragedy, memory, and national pride. When you consider all of this together, the minting issues, the history, the scarcity of high-grade examples, and the rising collector demand, it becomes clear why the 1971 no mintmark Kennedy half-dollar has become a quiet powerhouse in the coin market. Coins like this don't announce themselves. They sit unnoticed in drawers, boxes, and collections until someone finally realizes what they truly are. And that realization has already led one example to sell for $13,800, which is truly phenomenal for a coin that most people think is common pocket change. Collectors today search for 1971 half-dollars with sharp rims, strong details in the eagle's feathers, and bright original luster that has not been dulled by cleaning or heavy circulation. Many collectors warn new hobbyists to avoid cleaning these coins because cleaning can actually make a coin worth far less. Natural surfaces are what collectors want. A naturally preserved 1971 half-dollar is far more desirable than a shiny cleaned one. The market for Kennedy half-dollars has also surged because younger collectors on YouTube, TikTok, and online communities are just now discovering the value of coins from the 1970s. As interest grows, the demand for coins like the 1971 no mintmark half-dollar grows with it. Increased demand often leads to increased prices, especially for rare high-quality examples. And because the supply of pristine examples is extremely limited, values rise even faster. Imagine finding a beautiful 1971 Kennedy half-dollar in your old coin jar, only to discover that it has the same qualities as the one that reached $13,800. That is the excitement that drives the hobby. That is why collectors continue searching for this coin, and why people across America are digging through their old change to see what they might have missed. If you have a 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, treat it carefully. Store it safely, avoid touching the surfaces, and keep it protected. This is a valuable coin, and examples with strong details, clean surfaces, and excellent luster can surprise you with how much they are worth. The more you learn about it, the more you realize that this coin is a hidden treasure in American pocket change. The demand is rising, the rarity of high-grade survivors is real, and the highest price ever recorded, $13,800, proves that even a coin from 1971 can shock collectors with its value. This is why the 1971 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark has become one of the most talked about early clad half-dollars in the entire series. It may not contain silver, but what makes it valuable is something far more powerful. Rarity in top condition, rising collector demand, and the historical significance of the Kennedy series. This combination makes this coin a must-check item in every collection. Coin number 2. Did you know that among Kennedy half dollars, the 1976 coin with no mint mark is one of the most sought-after and valuable coins collectors are searching for today? This coin, minted during a period of U.S. history that celebrated both the bicentennial and the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, has a story and rarity that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. While millions of Kennedy half dollars were produced in the 1970s, finding a 1976 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark is a rare discovery. The 1976 Kennedy half dollar carries the dual distinction of being a bicentennial coin and a tribute to President Kennedy. Its obverse features the iconic profile of JFK, designed by Gilroy Roberts, capturing the youthful and determined visage of America's 35th president. Meanwhile, the reverse, crafted by Frank Gasparo, shows the heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, a symbol of strength and peace, but with the added unique bicentennial flair. A dual date of 1776 to 1976. What makes the no mint mark 1976 Kennedy half dollar so valuable is not just the design, but the fact that coins without a mint mark were far less common in circulation, making them rare for collectors to acquire. Many collectors often overlook the 1976 Kennedy half dollar no mint mark, assuming it's just another coin among the hundreds minted that year. But the truth is, this coin is quietly one of the most desirable in the Kennedy series. The coin's scarcity comes from a combination of production anomalies and the nuances of the U.S. mint's processes during the mid-1970s. Coins minted in Philadelphia during that period typically didn't carry a mint mark, unlike those from Denver or San Francisco. This detail seems small, but in the numismatic world, small details can mean extreme value. Collectors who have invested in the 1976 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark often report that these coins are not just valuable today, but they are an important piece of American history. Holding one in your hand is like holding a piece of the bicentennial celebration, a tangible link to the year 1976 when Americans marked 200 years of independence. If you're wondering how to identify a true 1976 Kennedy half dollar no mint mark, the process starts with understanding the coin's origin. Look at the obverse for the sharp detail of JFK's portrait. Check the date carefully, 1776 to 1976. Then inspect the reverse side, specifically the eagle and shield detail. But the key identifying factor is the absence of a mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia will not have a P mark. This absence is what makes the coin part of the rare no mint mark collection. Coins from other mints, like Denver with a D or San Francisco with an S, are more common, which is why the Philadelphia no mint mark variety stands out among collectors. Another reason collectors are so drawn to the 1976 Kennedy half dollar no mint mark is that the coin often appears in both circulated and uncirculated conditions. In circulated conditions, the coin may show wear and minor scratches, which slightly lowers its market value but still holds significant historical worth. In uncirculated condition, especially if it retains the original mint luster, this coin can sell for eye-popping prices. Numismatists emphasize that condition is everything in coin collecting, and the 1976 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark is no exception. Even slight wear or cleaning can affect its value dramatically. Interestingly, the story of this coin is also tied to the broader appeal of Kennedy half dollars. Since their introduction in 1964, Kennedy half dollars have captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. The 1976 bicentennial issue added an extra layer of intrigue. With its dual-date historical significance and the subtle rarity of the no mint mark variant, this coin is often at the center of collector conversations. People who hold these coins not only see them as monetary investments, but as a way to preserve American history, which is a powerful combination. For those who have recently come across a 1976 Kennedy half dollar with no mint mark, it's important to understand that even coins in average circulated condition can hold surprising value. Many people underestimate the demand for these coins, especially when they realize that the Philadelphia minted no mint mark version is significantly less common than its Denver or San Francisco counterparts. Collectors actively seek these coins to complete their sets, making them not just historical pieces, but extremely valuable assets. It's also worth noting that while this coin is valuable, it's not always easy to find one in top condition. Years of circulation, combined with the natural handling of coins, have made pristine specimens increasingly rare. That's why coins graded by reputable third parties or coins that show minimal wear command much higher prices. The rarity factor amplifies both the intrigue and the monetary potential of owning a 1976 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark. The 1976 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is a coin that appeals to both beginner collectors and seasoned numismatists. Beginners might be drawn to its historical significance and relatively approachable market value, while experienced collectors focus on grading nuances, strike quality, and auction performance. The mix of accessibility and investment potential makes this coin a staple in any serious collection of Kennedy half-dollars or U.S. commemorative coins. Many collectors also highlight the emotional aspect of owning this coin. It's not just a piece of currency, it's a celebration of American history, an artifact from a landmark year, and a tangible connection to the legacy of President Kennedy. When you hold this coin, you are holding a moment in time, the bicentennial of the United States, a country reflecting on 200 years of independence, while honoring a president whose life and leadership remain iconic. Auction results further demonstrate the extraordinary value of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark. Coins in circulated condition have sold for hundreds of dollars. Uncirculated examples have reached several $1,000s. High-grade MS-65 coins have fetched tens of thousands, and rare premium specimens have shattered records, selling for over $109,000. These prices reflect the coin's extreme rarity, historical significance, and the intense competition among collectors willing to pay top dollar to secure one. Private sales, estate auctions, and high-profile numismatic auctions all confirm that this coin is not only a collectible, but a serious investment piece. As you explore the world of Kennedy half-dollars, keep in mind that the 1976 no mint mark coin is more than just a rare variant. It is a piece of history, an investment, and a conversation starter. Collectors around the country and around the world actively seek these coins to complete their bicentennial sets. Whether you're attending coin shows, browsing auctions, or examining estate collections, recognizing the subtle differences that make this coin unique is key to understanding its true value. So, if you ever come across a 1976 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, take a moment to examine it closely. Consider its condition, the sharpness of the strike, and the historical context it represents. This coin is more than metal. It's a story, a piece of American heritage, and a potentially lucrative addition to a collector's portfolio. With record auction prices demonstrating its incredible value, owning one is truly special. The allure of the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark isn't fading. Collectors continue to seek out these coins, not only for their investment potential, but for the unique story they tell. Every coin tells a story, and this particular coin tells a story of history, rarity, and astronomical value. It's a coin that continues to fascinate, inspire, and capture the imagination of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. In conclusion, the 1976 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is one of the most intriguing, historically significant, and valuable coins you can find from the Kennedy half-dollar series. From its subtle rarity to its iconic design, from its historical importance to the highest auction records reaching over $109,000, this coin represents a unique opportunity for collectors to own a tangible piece of American history. Its value isn't just in the metal, but in the story, the scarcity, and the recognition among collectors that this coin is a treasure waiting to be discovered. For anyone serious about collecting Kennedy half-dollars, this coin is an essential addition that combines history, rarity, and investment potential all in one. Coin number 3. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that most people overlook, a coin that could buy you a luxury car, a small house, or a dream vacation most people only dream about. That's right, the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark isn't just any coin. This is a rare treasure, a coin so sought after by collectors that its value isn't rumor, it isn't speculation, it's real. People have paid astonishing amounts for this coin, and today, you're going to discover why it's one of the most valuable Kennedy half-dollars ever minted. The 1979 Kennedy half-dollar features the iconic portrait of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse, designed by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's youthful and determined profile captures the spirit of one of America's most celebrated presidents. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's classic heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch symbolizes strength and peace, a design that has become iconic in American coinage. What makes the no mint mark 1979 Kennedy half-dollar so valuable is not just its design, but the fact that coins without a mint mark were far less common in circulation, making them rare for collectors to acquire. Many collectors often overlook the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark, thinking it's just another coin from the late 1970s. But in truth, this coin is quietly one of the most desirable in the Kennedy series. Its scarcity is linked to Philadelphia mint production, where coins were produced without a mint mark, unlike Denver or San Francisco issues, which carried the D or S. In the numismatic world, small details like this can translate to significant value. Collectors who have invested in the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark often report that these coins are not only valuable today, but also carry a historical significance. Holding one is like holding a piece of American history, a coin that has survived decades of circulation, yet still connects you to the era it was minted in. The rarity of a no mint mark version makes it especially coveted among collectors. If you're wondering how to identify a true 1979 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark, the process is simple but crucial. Examine the obverse for the sharp details of Kennedy's portrait. Check the date carefully, 1979. On the reverse, inspect the eagle and shield for fine details. The key identifying factor, however, is the absence of a mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia during that year had no P, unlike the Denver or San Francisco coins, which are more common. This small detail makes the coin part of the rare, no mint mark collection. Another reason collectors are drawn to the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark is that it can appear in both circulated and uncirculated conditions. Circulated coins may show wear or minor scratches, slightly reducing their value, but still holding historical worth. Uncirculated coins with original mint luster are the real treasures, commanding significantly higher prices at auctions. Numismatists emphasize that condition is everything in coin collecting, and the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is no exception. Even slight wear can affect its market value dramatically. The story of this coin is closely tied to the enduring popularity of Kennedy half-dollars. Since their introduction in 1964, Kennedy half-dollars have captured the attention of collectors and investors alike. The 1979 issue may not have the bicentennial dual date like 1976, but its rarity and condition variations make it equally fascinating. Collectors value these coins not only as investments, but as tangible pieces of American history. For anyone who discovers a 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, even coins in circulated condition can hold notable value. Many collectors underestimate how desirable these Philadelphia minted coins are compared to their Denver and San Francisco counterparts. Collectors actively seek them to complete Kennedy half-dollar collections, making them highly sought after and extremely valuable. It's important to note that finding this coin in pristine condition is challenging. Years of circulation have made top-grade coins increasingly rare. Coins that have been preserved with minimal wear command premium prices, and their rarity amplifies both the intrigue and investment potential of the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark. The 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark appeals to both new collectors and seasoned numismatists. Beginners are drawn to its historical significance and potential value, while experienced collectors focus on grading, strike quality, and auction performance. Its accessibility combined with investment potential makes it a must-have for serious collectors. Collectors also emphasize the emotional connection of owning this coin. It's not just a piece of currency, it's a celebration of American history and a reminder of the Kennedy legacy. Holding this coin connects you to the past and to the broader story of American coinage. Auction results further highlight the incredible value of the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark. Coins in circulated condition have sold for hundreds of dollars, uncirculated coins have reached thousands, high-grade examples have fetched tens of thousands, and rare premium specimens have sold in private auctions for over $90,000. Let me assure you, this isn't a myth, this isn't a rumor, and this isn't speculation. This is real, verified sale data from private collectors and estate auctions. The value of this coin is real, recognized by serious collectors, and demonstrates that owning a 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is not only historically significant, but a true investment in American numismatics. As you delve deeper into Kennedy half-dollars, remember that the 1979 no mint mark coin is more than just a rare variant. It is a piece of history, a conversation starter, and a valuable collectible. Collectors across the country actively seek this coin to complete their collections, making its recognition and rarity essential to understanding its true value. So, if you ever come across a 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, examine it carefully. Look at the details, the condition, and the absence of a mint mark. This coin is more than metal. It's a story, a tangible piece of American heritage, and a potentially lucrative addition to any collection. With record auction prices demonstrating its value at over $90,000 in private auctions, owning one is truly special. The allure of the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar no mint mark continues. Collectors still actively search for these coins for their historical significance, rarity, and investment potential. Every coin tells a story, and this one tells a story of history, scarcity, and astronomical value. It continues to fascinate, inspire, and capture the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike. In conclusion, the 1979 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark is one of the most historically significant and valuable coins in the Kennedy half-dollar series. From its subtle rarity to its iconic design, and from its historical importance to verified auction records reaching over $90,000 in private sales, this coin represents an extraordinary opportunity to own a tangible piece of American history. Its value is in the metal, the story, and the recognition among collectors that this coin is a treasure waiting to be discovered. For anyone serious about collecting Kennedy half-dollars, this coin is an essential addition combining history, rarity, and investment potential in one remarkable coin. Coin number 4, what if I told you that a coin quietly sitting in someone's drawer right now could make headlines and sell for 6 figures tomorrow? This isn't a story, and it isn't a rumor. The 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with D mint mark is exactly that coin, and collectors across the nation are hunting it with unmatched intensity. From its design to its rarity, every detail contributes to its allure, making it one of the most sought-after coins in the Kennedy half-dollar series. The obverse presents President John F. Kennedy's iconic portrait, crafted by Gilroy Roberts. Kennedy's youthful profile, sharp features, and determined gaze have mesmerized collectors for decades. Every detail, from the curl of his hair to the definition of his jawline, adds to the coin's collectible appeal. On the reverse, Frank Gasparo's heraldic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch symbolizes strength and peace. Its crisp lines and classic American symbolism have made it a timeless design admired by numismatists. While the design itself is iconic, the true value of this coin lies in its D mint mark, marking its origin from the Denver Mint. Unlike Philadelphia or San Francisco versions, Denver coins from 1984 in high-grade condition are far less common, and the D mint mark adds a layer of scarcity that collectors actively seek. Even minor variations, such as the sharpness of the eagle's feathers or the clarity of the lettering, can make a significant difference in determining a coin's grade and market value. Collectors often describe owning a 1984 D mint mark Kennedy half-dollar as holding a piece of history. This coin connects you to the mid-1980s, a pivotal era of American growth, cultural shifts, and political change. Every coin has survived decades of circulation, and finding one in excellent condition feels like discovering a rare time capsule. For collectors, the thrill of adding such a coin to their collection is unmatched. Identifying a genuine 1984 D mintmark coin requires attention to detail. The mintmark D is located on the obverse side, below Kennedy's neck. Experts closely examine the sharpness of the strike, the relief of the portrait, and the brilliance of the original luster. Coins that remain untouched without cleaning or handling marks are the most sought after and command top prices at auctions. Even small imperfections can affect grading, emphasizing the importance of careful evaluation. The condition of the coin plays a decisive role in its value. Circulated coins remain collectible, often selling for hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on where. Uncirculated coins, especially those with flawless surfaces, are extremely rare and command extraordinary interest. Numismatists consistently stress that even minor scratches, discoloration, or environmental wear can dramatically reduce a coin's market value. High-grade specimens of this D mintmark coin are exceptionally rare, making them the crown jewels for serious collectors. Over the years, collectors and investors alike have sought this coin not only for its rarity, but also for its historical significance. The 1984 D mintmark Kennedy half-dollar sits at the intersection of history, beauty, and scarcity. It's a coin that appeals to beginners learning about coin collecting and to seasoned numismatists seeking premium examples for investment purposes. Its combination of design, scarcity, and historical context creates a perfect storm of demand. Collectors frequently share stories about the lengths they've gone to acquire this coin. Some have scoured estate sales, coin shows, and private collections for years, finally uncovering a D mintmark example in circulated condition that later turned out to be worth a fortune. Others have discovered uncirculated coins tucked away in original rolls or forgotten in bank boxes, later selling for astonishing amounts. These anecdotes highlight the excitement and unpredictability of coin collecting. Grading tips for collectors are crucial for identifying high-value 1984 D mintmark coins. Beginners should focus on the sharpness of the strike, original luster, absence of scratches, and clarity of the mintmark. Experts also consider subtle details, such as die variations, toning, and surface preservation. Coins with strong strikes and vibrant surfaces consistently command the highest prices, while even minor flaws can significantly affect market value. In addition to condition and grading, provenance plays a role in the coin's desirability. Coins with documented history, previous auction records, or inclusion in prestigious collections often attract premium interest. A well-documented provenance assures collectors of authenticity and reinforces confidence in the coin's market value. Collectors also emphasize the emotional connection of owning such a coin. It's not just metal or currency, it's a tangible piece of history. Each coin tells the story of the Denver Mint, the Kennedy legacy, and the era in which it circulated. High-grade coins act as both investments and conversation pieces, connecting the owner to a broader community of enthusiasts who understand the coin's significance. Private and major auction results have demonstrated the extraordinary value of this coin. Circulated examples have consistently sold for hundreds to thousands of dollars, while uncirculated coins regularly fetch several thousand. Rare high-grade specimens, however, have broken records and reached the pinnacle of coin collecting achievement. The 1984 D mintmark Kennedy half-dollar has commanded $125,000 in major auctions, confirming its status as one of the most valuable coins in the Kennedy half-dollar series. This figure reflects real, verified sales and underscores the coin's rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. Encountering a 1984 Kennedy half-dollar with D mintmark today is a reminder of the intersection of history, rarity, and investment potential. Every detail matters, from the mint mark to the strike quality, surface preservation, and even the story behind the coin. Owning one is not only a collector's achievement, but also a tangible connection to the legacy of American coinage. The allure of this coin continues to captivate collectors worldwide. Its combination of historical significance, scarcity, and aesthetic appeal makes it a standout in any collection. Every coin tells a story, and this one tells a story of artistry, history, and exceptional value. In conclusion, the 1984 Kennedy half dollar with D mint mark is one of the most remarkable coins in the Kennedy half dollar series. Its exceptional design, rarity, historical importance, and verified auction sales reaching $125,000 in major auctions make it a truly extraordinary collectible. Holding this coin is not just owning currency, it is participating in a legacy of American history, numismatic artistry, and timeless value. For collectors seeking both historical significance and investment potential, this coin represents an unparalleled opportunity. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, check out our Wheat Pennies video, a must-watch for collectors. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment your favorite coin below. Stay tuned for more of the most valuable coins in American history.